how you're reading a sentence, you need to read body language. That means in cluster. Cluster means a few actions. Beberapa aksi baru you boleh buat satu rumusan. You cannot like, Roy is sitting like that, that's what she's doing. No, nonsense. You have to see her, then you see her again, and then you see her, and then you see her. Understand now? A few body languages put together will give a meaning. Failing which, you are going to make a wrong deduction. Okay? Understand what the word cluster means. Second one, you must read it in context. You must read in context. What do you mean by read in context means? Like a word, like just say fried, F-R-I-E-D, fried, goreng, or in Malay we call goreng. So goreng maksudnya apa? You go to kedai mama, you say goreng means what? Goreng means goreng lah. Okay? You see your friend going into your boss's office, bawa kena goreng lah tu. Same, perkataan sama, but maksud berbeza. It's the same word but gives a different meaning because you must read it in context. Pada ketika itu situasinya konteks. Okay. Number 3, you must read it in congruent. I'll give you an example what is congruent in one step. Okay. Okay. So when I finish this, you'll understand all the 3. Okay. Now, these 3 rules are the most important rules if you want to read body language. Okay. Now, for example, if you don't read in context, okay, I give you one good example of a body language. This body language. This is what we call arm crossing. Okay. In any body language books you read also, arm crossing is not a good body language. Okay. So going back to this, correlation between physical and non-physical, which you asked, studies have shown the body, the physical body will listen to the mind. That means what you are thinking, you are feeling, your body will show without you realizing it. And vice versa. What your body does can also control the mind. Okay? So this body language, when you use, it's not a good body language. It's called closed gesture. Minda you tak terbuka. But, like I said, you must always read it in context. If, like now the aircon, somebody off it again. Just now, all of you were sitting like this. So it has got nothing to do that you don't want to listen to me. Memang sejuk. Okay? I'll give you another very good example. Very good example. In this classroom, Mr. Santi, Mr. Sata, the others, no lah, me. So 3 of us have got a moustache. Correct? One of the gestures of lying, one of it is what we call nose rub. Nose rub. Okay? Now let me tell you about this moustache, which you can also verify with these 2 gentlemen. This moustache sometimes on your unlucky day, on the day you're so unlucky, one of the fellas, the naughty fella, will grow upwards and start touching your nose. Understand now? Can you picture it? It touches your nose. So what guys will do is usually they will flip the moustache down. They will do this lah. They want to sweep it down lah, supaya dia turun bawah lah. But that moustache is very naughty, jahat, because it's so short. The flow got spring effect. It can go up again. That particular day, you're talking to Mr. Sata and he keeps saying that, okay, and you say, definitely lying. You're not reading in context. Do you understand? So, why I always want to give this upfront, because I don't want you to make a mistake. Baseline, that is what we mean by baseline. When you do lie detector test, have you seen how a lie detector test is done? A lie detector test measures your heart rate, your blood pressure, your palpitation. You know what palpitation? Okay. So they put a few probes or transducers. Some people use the word sensors and all. So the first question they will ask is something that you will not lie. Like, Mr. David, you work for Utah. He's not going to lie. Correct? He's not going to lie. So you get a certain reading. Correct or not? So but ada biasanya, that is his baseline. Normal itulah reaksi dia. Okay? So maybe, Mr. David, you work for Utah. Sudut. Of course, he's not going to lie his name or where he's working. You drive, what kind you drive, sir? Okay. You drive a kancil, a white color kancil. Yes. Tudut. Means what? He's normal self. He's normal. Memang biasa is like that. Okay. On the night of the murder, you were at the crime site. So you see, his baseline is when it's normal, tudut. Bila dia kelentuk, do you understand or not? So lie detector test is also something that they must understand the baseline. They must understand the baseline. Okay? One of the things that you can catch people lying is the eyes, which I'll go through later when we come to the eye part. Do you understand context and also the surrounding? Another very important thing is also, where is it? Culture. Very important culture. So this is what I mean by congruent culture. Let me give you, saya berikan satu contoh yang amat bagus. The first time I saw Bangladeshis in this country, I got a shock of my life. Guys and guys will be holding hands and walking. Nothing up. You see them cycling, the fellow sitting at the back will hug his friend like, I can assure you something, their relationship is nothing more than just friends. Nothing more than just friends. They are just normal friends. Because if you go to Bangladesh, I have not been to Bangladesh, but I've done some research. It is a common practice, people actually hold hands. They'll hold hands and climb the bus. Biasa. But just say lah, today lunch hour, Mr. Casey and Hazrul pegang tangan. Kata lah. What will you say? Tak kusangka cempena jadi nangka. Correct? Because it is not our culture. Okay? It's not our culture. Hand language. Okay? When you guys just say Saras ask me something, I say Saras. Means what? Okay lah. Don't worry, I'm getting that. Okay? Okay. But you go to one European country, you don't want to do this.
Yes.
You don't want to do this. Yeah, it's an obscene language. Understand? So it's a cultural thing. You understand culture now. I will give another very, very good example when it comes to handshaking later, which many people have problems in Malaysia. In Malaysia. So do you understand what is context, cluster, and congruent? Congruent means congruent in Malay. Seimbang, selaras. So you mesti selaras dengan culture dia. Ngerti tak? Ngerti ya? Okay. So you must also take into consideration the person's upbringing, the person's baseline, and also the surroundings. The person's facial hair, for example. Yeah. Because remember the mustache one? He's tickling his nose. familiar with the rules of body language. Now, the first body language rule that I like people to go through is the body language of hands. Okay. But before I go to the body language of hands, because many of you all were asking me about how to project a professional, personality towards your bigger bosses. The first thing, whether you like it or not, the first thing is dressing. Your attire. And whenever I give talks to young graduates, and this is one thing I always say, dress for the person you want to be, not the person you are. Dress for the person you want to be, not the person you are. I still remember I had a lecturer in USM when I was studying. His name was Associate Professor Leong Lapsang. I still remember it. Very jovial guy. When he talked to you, always like, he got his PhD from a university in Sweden called Uppsala. He was a geophysicist. So now Dr. Leong always wears sandals for class, and my dean didn't like it. My dean doesn't like it. So there was a small thing. So one day I was having coffee with Dr. Leong, and I was an undergraduate, and then he was like, "This dean, what's wrong with him? I think with my brains, not my shoes." True. Of course, he's my lecturer at the time. I can't thank him. It's true. You don't think with your shoes, you think with your brains. But will you go for an interview wearing sandals? No. Why not? If that is sincerely your belief system, you should continue one. Correct? It's your belief one. I have a few nephews in my house, and they first are very terrified of me, because I hammer them quite a bit. So one of the days, this fellow comes to my house, and then he was wearing a earring or something. Since when he started wearing this one? Don't wear. I said, this only school holidays. School holidays things can wear. Not school holidays cannot wear. That's wrong. Because your value must be everyday one. Kalau you agama mesti hari-hari kan. Dari lahir sampai mati lah. You tak boleh cakap from 1 year old to sampai 50 tahun saya buat kerja setan. 51 saya bertobat. Mana boleh? Correct, right? Tak masuk akal. Because your value means value lah. You cannot say I'll be a good husband from 9 to 5 in the evening. After 5 I'll be a hantu. Cannot. So it must be consistent. So getting back, the way you dress makes a very big impact. For gentlemen in the corporate arena, what is the best color shirt to wear?
White color.
White color. Yeah, like specifically
White.
White is the best shirt color to wear. All the top, what you should do, you should take a drive down to Jalan Raja Chulan or Sultan Ismail, 12 o'clock. Park your car and look at all the top bosses. You don't see all the young fellas, young chicos, the young fellas will always walk by her. I mean, you can see your students well. What's the problem, man? What's the problem? Look at the top bosses. Top bosses only wear white shirt. Or what? Blue. They only wear white or blue. Okay? Now, you may ask me why. I also don't know why. I don't know why. Certain things, there's just no explanation. I don't know why. Maybe it's a pure color or what. But in the corporate arena, I always encourage my participants to wear a white shirt. Okay? Of course, it will differ. Certain organizations have got uniform. You can't run away. If your uniform is green, you have to wear green. Like Petronas, some of the people are green. But in the corporate arena, usually people wear white. You can go to Jalan Sultan Ismail and see all the top bosses come, they always wear white. Yes?
Just to add on, IBM has a rule.
Yes.
There is white,
Okay.
light grey. It is a very pale light blue shirt, acceptable.
Yes.
But first preference white.
Yes.
Very light grey or blue.
Yes.
Because they have an interpretation. they do not allow their staff to wear brown. Brown is earth color, weakness.
Okay.
The grey is steel, tough. So they encourage their staff to wear white, light grey, light blue. Then the suits are all standard colors, very dark.
Yes.
No fancy stuff.
Absolutely.
And that is the image that exists all IBM staff project.
Correct.
So some of them have no
She
choice.
is very right. That means she knows what she's talking about. You see now, in the corporate arena, one of the, I wouldn't say it's the first because nobody has done the research, but one of the first companies that actually talked about grooming is IBM. IBM, the fellow who put up IBM was this guy by the name of Thomas Watson. Thomas Watson. And in one of his speeches, he said, I want to create a breed of executives, okay, who will be an example to the world. So you're absolutely right. In fact, everything in IBM is something got to do with blue. The moment you become a manager at IBM, you go for a training program, and that's called Basic Blue. Yeah, it's Basic Blue. Okay. Then they have what's called True Blue. Okay. And the key word, Thomas Watson, you can ask any IBMer. Every IBMer, their beliefs, their value, one of the greatest value is think. IBM and the word think, that's why their laptop is called what? Absolutely. Think. So yes. So white is the best, huh? White is the best. Now let's go one step deeper about ties. What color tie should we wear? What shirt color does your president wear? You never seen it? Where does it sit? I mean, does it sit here or
Yeah.
here?
He was
So those
standing
are
out
girls
there
not
just
seated.
now.
Sorry?
As we were coming down, he was standing out there
No, I-
because the council meeting is there to receive
What color shirt does he wear?
white.
White. What color tie does he wear?
Dark colors. Very dark.
Blue.
Very dark colors. Ask Rennie. Rennie knows.
Is that right? He wears black. He wears a black tie. Surprising. Oh, with the stripe.
Stripes.
Okay. Studies have shown, which I'll also be proving to you in a while's time, generally, people in corporate will wear 3 color ties. I've only got 3 color ties. I've got many ties, but they're only 3 colors. So people ask me, 3 saja ada kah? Bila hari jadi saya belikan. Apalah, janganlah, hantar saya ini macam. Tapi kalau mau bagi dapat, kecil dapat tangan, niru saya tak ada kan? Okay? It's red, blue, or gold. Gold as in this. Not yellow, this is yellow. Gold means, boleh pinjam ah? Like this color. Okay, similar to this color. White. White. Red is a color that shows dominance.
Power.
Power, exactly. That is why you see when the world leaders come for a summit, you'll see they always wear. Okay. Not by coincidence, it's red. In fact, this red is not a good red, so it's more of maroon. I have a nice red color tie, but I just wore it the other day, and the other one doesn't look good already. Okay? The other one doesn't look good, so I no choice but to wear this. But a red tie is the best.